Hi everybody, thank you for tuning into another video on TK's Tech Corner. Today we're going to be taking a look at another mobile game controller. This is geared towards Android devices and also compatible on Windows devices, mainly designed for mobile and cloud gaming, so typically targeted towards smartphone users, but is also compatible with tablets and also Windows devices. So a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago now, my last video was on a similar type of controller, and that's this controller here, the Nakon MGX Pro, a Bluetooth controller which is very similar to this one. I'm not going to talk about this anymore on this video, but I am going to do a comparison video at a later date of comparing these two great controllers. I don't want to focus on this controller during this video. I just want to focus on the main product here this time. So if you're interested in the comparison video, please keep posted on my channel. There will be one coming in the next week or so. So the Moga XP7-X Plus, I've bought this on request to compare with the other controller. So we're going to have a look at it this time around. I'm going to open it up. I got this one from Amazon warehouse, so it's not a new controller. It's not listed as new, it's listed as in good condition. So we'll open it up and see what it's all about. I saved a good bit of money on buying a used one, and I wasn't too fussed that it's not new. However, if it's not in a good condition, it will be going back, and if it is in semi-decent condition as described, it will be staying. So let's go ahead and open it up. We'll get to see what the Amazon warehouse products are like, as well as to just test it out with some games. Right, so as you can see there, it's upside down in the box. There's probably some loose sort of packaging missing to keep it in place. And as described in the Amazon warehouse description, there are some very light scuffs on the device, on the top, on the face here, which isn't a biggie to be honest. Just very light scuffs, probably because it's just been left in a drawer or something, maybe, I don't know. And around the back of the device as well, but again, nothing major there, nothing to really worry about. And there it is. So the idea of these sorts of devices is they're not really, I think they are still targeted towards the portability market, but these more ergonomic gaming controllers that probably offer more comfort for longer gaming sessions, unfortunately naturally aren't going to be as portable because they are larger devices. And as you can see here, right, it looks like it has got charge in it, which is great. Let's have a quick look at what else is in the box. There's a user manual, so it shows that it's a Bluetooth controller for mobile and cloud gaming. It is also apparently a device that can be used through a wired connection. So let's see what we've got here. We've got an interesting cable here. So that's USB-C to micro USB, but it's got a converter on it. So micro USB to micro USB with a converter that converts one end to a USB-C port, and we can guess what that's going to be for, connecting to this controller here. And there's another longer controller here, which is what you'd use this in wired mode, maybe connecting to your PC or tablet or phone if it's on a stand. That's quite a long cable, I don't know, 1.5 meters maybe. And it's a nice quality cable as well, but it's a micro USB cable there. So that's going to connect into here, I'm guessing, with a micro USB port. Yes, there's a micro USB port there, not a USB-C charging port, unfortunately, which is a bit sad, but there we go. I'd rather see a USB-C port. This has been used because you can see the ends are kinked in a little bit, but nothing major there, and I'm sure the cable is going to work just fine. So we're just going to put that away for now and get the box out of the way because there's nothing else in there. So I typically game with a Galaxy Fold 4, that's my daily driver anyway, so if I'm going to play games on the go, I'm going to play it on this device. And as with all of my other videos, I have been testing videos with a view of understanding what offers good compatibility with a device like the Fold, because you've got the lovely internal displays, nice for big screen on the go gaming, and I do prefer these to the traditional smartphones because the large lovely internal display. But then obviously there are significant limitations in terms of which controllers you can use. But now there's so many on the market, as you've seen with my past videos. Yeah, there are many options available for people that want to play games using the Fold in an open sort of mode, tablet mode. Let's go ahead and have a look at this controller. So let's have a look around it first. As we said there, micro USB port on the top. For charging, we've got the triggers, so we've got analog triggers. The triggers do feel very nice. There's a good resistance to them. They're not very soft at all, but they're also not too stiff. And the shape on this, I really like the shape on these. These are like the Xbox controllers where the triggers are coming out a lot, so you've got very minimal chance of your finger slipping off them, and it's going to sit very comfortably on there. Nice size triggers, and then just above them the shoulder buttons, which are quite nicely placed as well. And they've got a very nice sort of feedback to them as well, so the micro switches do feel very nice on there. So far so good. There's a Bluetooth pairing button here to pair to device via Bluetooth, and there's a switch here on this side, which I think this is for the power bank or charging mode. So this thing actually has wireless charging pad built in apparently. Now, I don't think it's going to be fast enough to charge the phone whilst we're playing a game. Who knows? It's going to be too difficult to test out on this video. But in any case, it does have a wireless charging pad built in, so you can keep this on charge, right? And while you're playing, you can just charge your phone directly rather than having cable going in here. But if this has got a bit of charge, it might not even charge the device. It might just keep it at whatever percentage it's at, or drop a couple of percent. But overall, you might end up being able to retain some battery life on your phone whilst having a gaming session for an hour or so. So yeah, this has got a power bank built into it. Reminds me of one of the previous Moga controllers, the Moga Pro. I think I've still got it here somewhere. I'll have to pull it out maybe when I do the comparison video, which also had it had a little sort of flip out thing that stretched out and you could clip your smartphone into it. Very similar to an Xbox controller. That also had a power bank built into it, and that worked quite nicely to charge your phone whilst you're playing on these devices, whilst you're playing games. But then there weren't so many cloud gaming services available when that controller was out. You were more limited to playing mobile games on it. So let's just talk about the front here then. So you've got the Xbox guide button there, you've got the menu button and the screenshot buttons there as well, and you've got a button here that you just click on it and it's to check your battery. I don't think it works as a power button. The ABXY buttons, very nicely spaced. I do like these don't clip out. The AB buttons are a bit more sunken, XY are a bit raised. That's quite nice because your thumb naturally will sit on these, and then these ones are the ones you're going to be getting the ends of your thumb, so they're a bit more protruding. So if I turn it like that, you might be able to see that they protrude a little bit more than these ones, the face buttons here, and they feel nice. They've got a solid press to them, very nice. Analog sticks, they feel very nice as well. No complaints so far about this. They're nice. The caps, I don't know, they're not so grippy. Maybe they could be a bit more grippy, but then they have got the grips on the side like the new Xbox controllers, the Xbox Series X controllers, and the tops, I don't know, they're a bit slippy to me. Only time will tell how good that is, but then the edges have got a lot of grip on there, so it's not too bad. And then the guide button here, so pretty meaty actually, to be honest. Protrudes quite a lot, but it's nice, it feels nice. The D-pad on this one now, the D-pad feels nice. The other one, and when I do the compare I'll talk about it again, but the MGX Pro, I didn't like the D-pad on there at all. This D-pad feels very nice. Now they're both certified Xbox controllers, but this one just feels a whole lot better. It feels nicer, it's a nicer size. The thumb sits on there nicely. It's got that little sort of area in the middle where your thumb would rest, and then the movement on that pad is very nice. It's not loud and clicky at all. On the bottom we've got a switch here for USB mode and Bluetooth mode, so it does say it can be used in wired or Bluetooth mode, so you can stick it to USB mode, stick your USB cable in. Guessing you could plug it into the Xbox, it would probably work, or definitely the PC anyway, because it says Windows 10 11. I think it would probably work on the Xbox in wired mode, maybe even in Bluetooth mode, who knows. And then we've also got this green button here on the bottom, which I have no idea what it's for, but we're hopefully going to find out. Now this thing here opens up, as you can see. This does have an actual stand built into it. Now if I can figure out how we're going to get this off without, there we go, it just slides out. So this here actually comes with a phone or tablet stand. That's quite nice. So it's got the little ridges here for your tablet or phone to sit in, so it will sit in something like this maybe. And then on the back of it here, it's got a rubber bumper to offer some grip for your device, so that's really nice actually. So that will stand up like so, and I don't think it opens any more than that, but maybe the angle is good enough when you're gaming, so it will sit like this and offers a really nice angle to game on. Actually, it's directly facing me, not too low, not too high, and you could game like this. So you could just use this on a tablet as well, not just the phone. And actually the Fold 4 fits very nicely on there. So that's that. The controller here now, this is one of those that stretch. The spring loading on here is, it's okay, not too bad. It's not the smoothest out of some of the other controllers. It's got this double stretch thing going on, so it pops out and then it pops out again. So why they've gone for that, maybe so that it can allow it to stretch further. It's a bit flexy there, hopefully that wouldn't break with too many stretches, but it does look like it's going to offer quite large devices to hold in there, and we'll soon find out if the Fold 4 fits. I think it will fit. In fact, if I put the phone there, you can see it's stretching past the phone, so that's good news, it's going to fit. One thing I'm seeing with this that, you know, I had a bit of a gripe with this, with the MGX as well, is it's got these little feet at the bottom. Now I don't know why they do this, because if they get rid of this stuff, then you can position the phone wherever you want. I'm almost tempted to just get a little Dremel and just chop this off, because these would, if I get rid of these, I can center the phone. With this in the way, you can immediately see the phone's going to have to sit on top of that. One of the benefits is if the phone is sitting on top, the charging port is going to be accessible on the side. So let's get the phone in there and see what it's all about, right? Is if I'm doing this, let's see how fiddly this is to get the phone in, right? Alright, I'm getting the phone in, but have a look at this. It has to rest on there. Now it's not too bad, to be honest, right? But if I didn't have these things here, right, if these weren't there, I could position the phone in the center, and I could still have the charging port exposed a little bit there, right? I could still move it down a little bit, but it would be a bit more centered, and that would be a lot nicer overall to game on with this being centered. I may take a Dremel to this if I keep this, right? So I really don't mind if I get those two tags off the bottom, because they're not offering any value to me whatsoever. It's not like the device is going to slip down when I'm playing anyway. I don't think it will, at least anyway. It's gripping the device quite nice. I've got it in with a case on there. So if you're trying to get a phone in here, so some people have been asking about fitting phones like the Fold 3, Fold 4 with thick cases on there. This is offering quite a bit of space. It's very difficult to show you how much, but you can see there I've got a very slim case on this phone. There's a little bit more play left in there, so you could probably get a slightly thicker case on there if you wanted to. Then you've got to be careful, because if you've got a case with the hinge protection on it, which is the ones that typically hold your styluses as well, you're probably not going to get it in here, because this is going to get in the way. So just something to be mindful of is if you've got a thick case with a hinge protector on it, you're probably not going to get it into something like this. So this is, I'm guessing this is the power bank. Let's go ahead and just test something out quickly. So I'm going to plug this. Actually, this is supposed to offer wireless charging. I'm pretty sure it does. I have no idea how to get onto wireless charging mode. Maybe this is the switch here. If I switch that switch, I'm sure this has got some sort of wireless charger built into it. I have no idea how to activate it whatsoever. Let's get it into Bluetooth mode, and let's try and do something with it. Let me hold the battery button. Holding buttons generally does stuff on these devices, right? I just can't get it into wireless charging mode. Might end up having to read the battery for this, read the manual for this. But apparently this does have a power pack built into it, so it's going to take their word for it, not that it's working. Again, no idea what that green button does at the bottom. But let's go try and get this thing paired up. So, oh, I didn't mention the trigger buttons. It's got two programmable, mappable buttons at the back for, this is the sort of pro type stuff they fit into these controllers. Yeah, the positioning is there, so that when I'm holding it, it's there. It's got a very nice comfy grip, and no doubt for long gaming sessions this is going to be quite comfortable. It's a nice size overall, to be honest. It's not as wide as the Nacon MGX, but again, we'll save that for the comparison video. And let's just go ahead and get this into pairing mode. so that we can pair this thing up. The Bluetooth button there is hopefully going to get this into a pairing mode for me. It really doesn't seem to be doing anything other than, you know, this is not turning on. All right, okay, there we go. So I think we might find this now if I scan for it. It looks like it's pairing because that light is flashing. Hopefully we're going to find a controller. Let's just hit scan again and go all the way down to the bottom. I already have right, okay, now it's in pairing mode because that light is flashing fast now. So now the controller will hopefully come up and we'll be able to pair to it, test out some games and then call it a day. Right, I've have to probably scan again now. Right, Moga XP7-X Plus, so it has found it. We're going to pair to it. Got about 1 million game pads connected to my phone now. Right, that's done. Working nicely. It does feel a bit heavy weighted on the top because it is higher up, but overall, because it's got a nice ergonomic grip, it's not that much of a problem. When I'm holding it like this facing towards me, it's not a problem at all. I really don't know what this green button does. I really did want to try and test this wireless charging mode while I was playing, but again I just can't seem to get it into wireless charging mode. I'm not going to start going through the manual right now because I really don't want to. Actually, it might be that it is charging. Oh, actually it will charge. I'm just going to turn it around for a second. Something else that's probably worth mentioning, the wireless charging plate is on the bottom of the phone, not where my screen was. If I put it this way, it might charge, but then the buttons, the volume rocker and everything else is going to be at the bottom. So let's see if the device fits in this way, what happens. So wireless charging is working. It really does charge your phone wirelessly. Only downside being that, so it's charging, it says wireless charging 1 hour 42 until fully charged. The only problem is then the volume and power buttons are at the bottom when you're using the Fold 4. Still accessible, but just slightly less easy to hit the volume button there. So there you go, something to be mindful of if you're using this device. I'm going to switch it back the other way. But another problem with this way is if you want to charge the phone directly via USB-C, well, you can't. So let's leave it like this for now. Let's leave it like this. I won't faff around with it too much. Bit of play in it, but not too bad. Let's go and test out an Android game first. So I think this is Rally Rush Origins. It's going to go and try and put the volume up a little bit. And this does support controllers. It looks like it's ready to go. It's working fine. Let's just do a time trial. I just installed this game earlier on today. I haven't really played it. I was messing around with the touchscreen. More getting it ready for this video, to be honest, more than anything else. Looks like it's going to work. Yep, it's working absolutely fine. The game now, I'm holding it at a bit of an angle so you can see it on the camera. I'm not really paying attention to the game more than I am to my recording. But the triggers are already mapped out in a way that you would be playing a normal racing game on the Xbox. So the left trigger is providing brake, the right trigger is providing acceleration, and I'm guessing A is the handbrake here. So that's working quite nice. That is playing very, very nicely. It's responsive, comfortable, and this is going to be nice for long gaming sessions. Again, we don't know what it's going to do in terms of charge, but who cares really, right? It's not going to fully charge my phone. It might just keep it at the same sort of percentage. Now bear in mind, I'm playing a game that I've never played before, right? The controller is definitely helping me play this well, because if I was playing this on touchscreen, I'd probably be awful at this. But it's providing the comfort and the precision that I need, and it feels very, very natural to play this, even for the first time that I'm playing it. Now I'm not saying I'm doing fantastic at this game, but Give me some credit, right? Have a look at that. This game looks lovely, by the way. Don't know why I hadn't played it sooner. I was checking out the reviews of some of these games and I thought, oh, this looks quite good. Rally Rush Origins, if you haven't played it, it's worth a try. Definitely is. Probably one I wouldn't enjoy playing on touchscreen so much, I don't think, because I don't know, now it feels so nice on the controller, I probably wouldn't want to play it on anything else. Oh, I've lost track a bit there. Anyway, you get the idea. It works very, very well. Let's see what happens if I press the guide button. It's taking me straight back to the home screen. And let's try and get to Xbox Game Pass. So, we're going to play Forza. We're not going to play Paw Patrol Grand Prix, which is what my son was going to play. But we'll leave that aside and we'll go straight on to Forza. I've tried Forza with some of the other controllers, so we'll see how it works with this one as well. Again, portability wise, just while that loads up, you know, this isn't something you're going to stick in your pocket because this isn't going to fit in your pocket. You can probably throw it in your bag, but you'd want to get a nice case for it to protect the sticks and stuff from getting damaged in transit. But otherwise, this is quite nice. We'll try out the wired mode as well to see how that works. I'll try it in USB mode. Maybe we can go from there to here and use it in USB mode as well, who knows. So this is working. So we should be able to just jump into the car and just drive around town. See how it plays, see how it handles. Right, because I hardly ever start this thing up, I always forget where to go. Let's just go to my festival, and I have, oh my god. Right, here we go. Right, let's change the view. Let's get to an outside view. Yeah, this feels nice. Initial thoughts, I think this feels a bit nicer than the in-app one. We're playing Forza 5 here, cloud gaming, so this is streaming. I think I actually drove into the exact same cloud of smoke, sandstorm, whatever it is, when I was playing with the last controller, but then obviously I didn't progress any further and it's still there. There we go, you can see it loses visibility, you drop right down because I'm in this pile of sand, but there we go. Let's go off track and see what it looks like. Oh, completely smashed my car there. So yeah, I am in favour of these, you know, these slightly larger, more ergonomic controllers for long gameplay sessions. They offer more comfort. Your hands aren't going to get cramped up, and you'll be able to play for longer. So, you know, with this thing here, these are both Bluetooth controllers. This one and the last one I reviewed. Battery life should be pretty decent on them. You should get a good few hours of gameplay out of there. And if you're playing this, got that much time to sit down and play, you'd probably be at your console on the TV anyway, to be honest. So no major concern there. Overall, this is a very, very nice gaming experience for a mobile device like the Fold 4. As you can see, the internal screen, you're benefiting from the big internal screen. You've got a nice display to play on there, and you could sit down even on the couch, right, or in bed, and have a pretty decent little kick around on this thing, playing some games. And I've showed you playing an Android game as well as cloud gaming. Both work very, very well. And no doubt if I was to fire up something like PS Play right now, that also would play extremely well. I can just go ahead and close that, or maybe why don't I do this, I'm just gonna make sure that my details don't come up. Xbox Remote Play, yes, okay. Just gonna, there's an Xbox Remote Play app as well now, so they made their own Remote Play app for Xbox. So let's quickly do Local Connect. I don't know if this works on Local Connect or not. It looks like it is. Let's just try it out, making sure none of my personal details come up while I fire it up. Otherwise I'll have to start video chopping, and I don't like doing that. I like recording and uploading. But if the PS5 fires up and they start streaming, we'll have a quick play and see if it works on that as well. I am going to test out whilst that turns on, let's quickly go here. Xbox Remote Play, so this is new from the same people that bought you the PS Remote Play app, and given that the PS Remote Play app is so good, I'm probably going to purchase the Xbox Play as well to support them, because their game, this thing here is just, it's awesome. For the PlayStation, it's phenomenal. It completely knocks the socks off the original Remote Play app. Let's go ahead and fire up God of War here. I think my game should still be active, so this is not Roma. There you go. It's clearly updated or something, and it's knocked out my game that was saved or in a paused mode. But I have no doubt this is going to work, so might as well test them all out, right? We've tested an Android game, tested an Xbox game. Let's test out some PlayStation as well, and this seems to be working fine, as you can see there. All round good gaming experience. I don't know about the clamp, feels a bit flimsy. I prefer the triggers are really nice. I like the shoulder buttons. The shoulder buttons are nice because where my hands are resting there, I'm able to reach them quite comfortably. The switches are very responsive. I'm really liking the spacing and the sort of feedback on the face button just here. And as you can see there, that is working absolutely fine. Haven't really messed around with the mappable buttons here, so I'm sure they do something, but not sure what they're going to do. Right. Overall, this is working very nice, and you can see that there, right? Maybe if I hold it up a bit closer, you can see what's going on there. I can't see what's going on now though, but you can see that there, it's working absolutely fine. So this is playing over the local network at the moment rather than remote, because obviously I'm at home and I'm connected to my wireless network. This is working absolutely fine. This is connected using a Wi-Fi 6 hub, I believe, at the moment, rather than 6E, but even that, absolutely fine. So on that note, I'll call it that. We've tested Xbox, we've tested PlayStation, and we've also tested an Android game. The controller functions nicely. That guide button is working as a PlayStation button here as well. Playing very well. If I go ahead and exit the remote play, I can put the console in rest mode as well. Brilliant app. If you want to play PlayStation remotely, don't worry about the PS Play app. Go ahead and don't worry about the PlayStation's official remote play app. Get this one, PS Play, off the marketplace. It's by a developer called Stream Game Dev. As you can see there, I'm supporting your channel, Stream Game Dev. I'm going to tag you in my video. Love your products. I'm going to go ahead and buy this to support you as well. No doubt this is going to be just as good as the PlayStation app. So on that note, as I said, keep posted, because I will be posting a comparison video of this controller along with this controller. This video is not going to be it, but the next video will compare these two controllers. I'll compare as many details as I can. I'll talk about as much as I can between these two controllers. So if you're interested in that, stay posted. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to support my channel and be notified of new content. Any questions on this or anything else in my channel, ask it in the comment section below. As and when I do get a chance, I will definitely answer the questions. And just before I go, because I didn't do it and I probably should have done it, let's just very quickly switch it to a wired mode and see what happens, because then that's a complete video. So the USB-C port going into, and then he ended the video without testing, so that's bad, isn't it? I don't always remember to do everything though. I'm going to plug this in there. Does it work? Yes, it does work. So we've got this now in USB mode, and it's working. So there you go. You can also use it in USB mode. So I've got the switch on USB, as you can see there. C cables in the phone, cables plugged in on the top, and you can see the battery life. It's come on there as well. I don't know. Maybe it's charging the phone. Maybe it's not. Who knows? It's charging, connected. Okay, so now my phone is actually charging that, which is Interesting. Maybe I don't want to do that, but I could probably switch that around from my phone's settings anyway. It is currently charging it. The main thing is it's working, and just to prove that it's working on USB mode, if I unplug that cable, it's now stopped working because I've turned off Bluetooth mode as well, right? Because the switch is on USB. So it absolutely does work in USB mode as well, which is great. Now I can end the video properly. So, thanks for watching. Take care and all the best.